Welcome to my channel, and today's video is all about the 20 things I've learned in my 20s, or shall I say the 20 things I am learning in my 20s, because I'm still in my 20s, so still got a few more years to go, and along the way I've picked up a few things. Okay, so number one, if you live in London, umbrellas are never an investment. You'll either buy a really expensive one and you'll lose it. You'll lose it on the bus, you'll lose it on the train, you lose it at your friend's house, you'll lose it at work. Something will happen to that expensive umbrella and it will disappear. Or you could buy a cheap one. Go ahead, buy a cheap one. Do you know what will happen? It will break. It will break in the wind when it's raining, and you'll just look like a crazy person when it's just turned upside down, inside out. So yeah, umbrellas, never an investment. Number two. The second thing I've learned in my 20s is if you ever wake up in the morning with diarrhea, just don't go to work. Don't go to school, don't go to uni, don't go to college. Wherever you are thinking of going, just don't. Just stay home. You have been warned. That's all I've got to say. Okay, number three. This is one that, you know, you probably hear all the time, but it's all about the way you, the way people think about you. You can't care what people think. It's, unless someone has something constructive to say, unless their opinion is going to improve your life or better you in some way, it's so important that you can't pay attention, you can't dwell on what people think about what you're doing, what your where your life is going, things like that. You really need to make up your own mind and just, you know, go for it and just kind of put aside what people are thinking, because if you live by that, you will be paralyzed to do anything. Okay, number four. The fourth thing I've learned is that if you are in uni right now, enjoy it. Seriously, enjoy it to the max. Sometimes I sit back and I just miss my uni days. I had such an amazing time, and I know there's loads of people that go into uni and they don't like it for some reason or other, but I think it's one of the most beautiful time periods of life where the only thing you have to really worry about, apart from having money to eat and you know, the other things that come, the most important thing about uni is just focusing, or the only thing you have to really do is focus on your studies. I know there's other things that come, like I said, but the main thing, you know, you don't have to worry about, actually, some people do have to worry about, actually, there are a lot of stresses in uni, but on a whole, enjoy the time you have, because it doesn't come around again, and I think uni can be a bit of a bubble, and people are often shocked when they come out of uni into the real life. Real life is different, so just enjoy that time that you have, okay? Number five. Goals, 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 goals. Everyone has a goal. There's a goal for everything, you know. There's body goals, there's house goals, there's relationship goals, there's a goal for everything. My take on this is it's fine, it's absolutely wonderful to admire what other people are doing, what other people have achieved. It's great, it's really, really a good thing. However, you know, don't get caught up on looking at what other people are doing and you're not working on your own self and your own goals. In life, everyone has things that they are trying to achieve, and it's great to admire others, but remember to also focus on yourself and what you are trying to do for your life. Number six, I would say be really careful how you treat people. You have no idea where you might meet them again. You don't know what that person might become later in life. They could end up being your boss, they could end up being a friend, they could even become family. So, you know, just be really careful how you treat people. I remember a few years back, actually this is quite a while back, probably about 10 years now, for anyone that knows, I had a link or a linkage, or what was it, a link up, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. And the guy, you know, nothing, honestly, let me just get it straight right now, nothing happened. It was completely innocent, really innocent, nothing happened. But the guy I met at the time, lo and behold, he's actually turned out to be a cousin of my husband, and he's actually married to a really good friend of mine now. And I wouldn't have known that 10 years ago. So, you know, you just be careful how you treat people. You don't know what that person is going to become, and you know, you need to be careful on the people that you step on, you know, on your way to the top, or you know, just be careful in life. Just be kind to people, be nice. There's no harm. It doesn't cost you anything. In fact, it even makes you feel good. Just be good to people. Okay, all right, number 7. I think I'm on 7. Okay, comparison. Oh my days, we live in a world where you've got your Instagram, your Facebook, you've got everything that is, you know, you're constantly on these channels and you're thinking, oh, so-and-so is traveling, this person has become a doctor, this person is a lawyer now, this person is living in Malaysia, you know, this person is doing that, this person's doing whatnot. It's comparison, the thief of joy. Do not do it. It just leaves you in depression. You're in a state of constantly comparing your life and thinking, I should be probably further along by now, or I should be doing this, I should be getting married now, I should be having a baby. Don't do it. You know, everyone is on their own life journey, everyone is on their own path. So it's something that you need to constantly remind yourself that, you know, I'm not that person, I'm on my own journey. So yeah. 8. Number 8. This one's really depressing. Once you hit about 25, you can forget about that thing called metabolism. Metabolism, do I even know what that is? It's like you hit this age and then suddenly you can't eat like the way you used to. Everything is just, anything you eat, you will see it on your body, and it is so annoying. It's like, it's just depressing. I don't really, you know, to be honest, I don't really have advice for this one. This one is just, it's just a really sad situation, really. I'm still working this one out, you know. I'm trying with the whole exercise, eating healthy, but you know, it's a struggle, you know. It's not easy. It is not easy at all, man. It's not easy. So yeah. Number 9. Okay, this kind of links in with my number 7 when I was talking about comparison. You are the author of your own story. So whatever it is that you want to achieve, it is up to you. You are the writer of your own book. It's so important that wherever you've come from, whatever you've done, wherever you think you've done, or wherever you've been, if you want to change your life in any way and you want to head in a certain direction, it is never too late, and your 20s is the ideal time to do that. You create the life that you want. Everything that you have at this point, or the stage that you are now, if you look around you, everything that you have achieved is from your own, you know, it is what you have done. At this stage, it's time to stop blaming others for your misfortunes and your mistakes or anything that hasn't gone your way. Put that aside. You are now the author of your own story. So it's important to remember that and work towards what it is that you are trying to achieve. 10. Okay, number 10. True friendships. Oh my days, it is so important to spend time with your friends, especially like your closest, you know, your nearest and dearest, your girls, your buddies, your, you know, the homies, you know, just spend time with them. It's so much harder now in your 20s, you know, there's work, there's life, there's just things that are happening that makes it so much harder to hang out. You know, back in the day, you all went to school together, you were all in the same lessons, or you went to, you know, you just had that time when you were always seeing each other. But as you grow up and everyone starts taking their own life paths, it does become a lot harder. So, you know, whenever you can, make that time to just catch up with your girls and just enjoy it, you know, have a girly night in, go for dinner, you know, do something nice, and just don't neglect that friendship, because it is really important. Number 11, okay? 11 links on to number 10. Frenemies. It's the opposite of number 10. If you have friends in your life that do not benefit your life in any way, they are constantly criticizing you, or they don't have anything nice to say, or they always want to put you down, that is not a friend, and you really should not be spending giving any of your time or energy to that person. You know, you can feel it at this age. You know, maybe when you was a teenager, you probably had no idea. You know, when you was at school, you might not, you know, your mum will always say, oh, be careful of so-and-so, and you'll be like, what's wrong with them? They're so cool. But honestly, as you get older, you can feel the vibes. You know when someone really likes you, genuinely likes you, and you know when someone is not really for you. Some people are really good actors, though, I give you that. Some people, you know, you can never tell. But, you know, friends that are not friends and they're jealous of you or whatever it is, just distance yourself away from them. Honestly, it is not worth it. It is not worth your time. Distance yourself. Okay, number 12. Do not take yourself too seriously in life. Nobody likes a stuck-up snob, and especially people that are pretentious. You know, you're not even a snob, but you're acting as if you are. Don't do it. People, you come across just really insecure, and you just look really stupid. So just don't do that. You know, have fun. You know, laugh at yourself. Just don't be too stuck up. Don't take yourself too seriously. Number 13. Life decisions. Okay, now your 20s is a time where you are making major life decisions. Most of the big, not most, but so many of the big things that happen, you know, things like graduating from uni, getting married, having kids, you know, getting your first car, your first jobs, you know, changing jobs, changing careers, doing all sorts. It takes place in this decade of life. So just be mindful about the decisions that you make, and always think forward, like, how will this decision affect me later on, especially in things like regards to like relationships and finances. You know, be really careful when it comes to finances. You know, money that you spend now, you know, on those shoes that you really want could impact you 5 years down the line. So just be really careful with that. And that brings me on to number 14. It is so important that you save money. You know, put aside something for a rainy day. You never know what's going to happen next, and you don't want to be in that situation where you are, you know, asking the bank of mum and dad to help you out, to bail you out on something. You know, it's not cool. You know, you're 20 something now, you're a big girl or a big guy, you know, you need to stand up for yourself, you know, to man up. Number 15, fear. Oh my days. Okay, fear is something that will cripple you if you let it. And there's an amazing book, you probably already heard of it, it's Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. You know, it's a great book, I highly recommend you read that. But yeah, if there is something that you really want to do, and this kind of goes back to my earlier point on just not caring what people think, just go ahead. You know, 20s is, you know, although I did say be careful with the decisions that you make, at the same time, this, not contradicting myself, but, you know, kind of balanced, it is the time that you do take risks and just kind of step out your comfort zone. It is so important that you do that. You know, there's that saying that the comfort zone it's a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows here. So, or never grows there, or here, there, anywhere. But basically, it's lovely to be comfortable. It's really nice to be happy and cozy, but you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna learn. So at this stage of life, it is important to just feel the fear and do it anyway. Number 16, relationships. Okay, what can I say about relationships? I think that's actually a whole another video by itself, but all I can say is that when you are in your 20s, just be mindful of the relationships that you are getting into. Be mindful that they can impact the rest of your life. You know, be careful of the people you choose to share your life with, and never ever get into a relationship just because you think that that's the thing to do and that's what everyone else is doing. That doesn't make sense. So don't do that. Don't do that. 17, single life. Okay, now if you are single, that is not a curse. You know, it is not a curse to be single. This is the time where you should be traveling. This is the time where you should be doing all those things that you've always wanted to do, because this is the time that you have. Trust me, when you get into a relationship, you do have other commitments, and then, you know, if children come along, that is a whole nother story of its own. And as time goes, certain doors start to close up. So if there is something that you want to do now and you are single, go ahead, you know, don't stress about it. Just do it and enjoy just enjoy this time of life. Number 18, keep learning. I can't stress this enough, but we are living in a world where information is literally at the click of a button, or the touch of a iPad screen, or iPhone, whatever it is. You need to keep learning, keep refreshing your mind, keep learning new things. You know, to be honest, I Google everything these days. But read, audio books. If you can't even, if you don't even have the time to read, listen to an audio book. Listen to something that is going to build you up. Maybe it's your career. Maybe you are in medicine, or or I don't know, you're doing engineering, or you're doing accountancy, or whatever profession it is. Make sure you are constantly building yourself up, and even if it's not profession related, just as a self-development thing, keep learning. To be honest, I love a good self-help book. That is me through and through. So definitely keep learning. So important. Don't stop learning. Don't finish school and think, that's it, I'm burning my books. That's the worst thing you can do. Keep learning. Number 19, work hard. Don't be lazy, and be consistent in your game, okay? So whatever it is that you are doing, that is, in terms of career, like work related, even if it is just like maybe even like self things, just work hard at it. If you've decided that you're losing weight this year, do it. Just do it. Like, that's a whole nother video, but if it's work-wise, work hard at it. Don't be lazy. You will regret not, it's one of those things whereby you always regret not putting in the effort that you could. It's just like back at school, where you would get a paper back, and if you didn't do so well, you'd be like, oh well, I didn't even really try. But sometimes you then wonder, but what if I had tried? Maybe I could have gotten that A or that A star, whatever it is. Just work hard and be consistent at it as well. Consistency is key. And finally, number 20, celebrate. Okay, celebrate birthdays, celebrate life. Your 20s is a time that you are never going to get back again. You've got a whole decade of this time period of life. Enjoy it to the max. Oh my days, I can't stress. I'm not finished with my 20s. I've still got a few more years to go, but I just think that, every single year that comes by is a blessing. There's so many people that didn't even make it to the age of 21, people that didn't make it to the age of 25, people that have not made it to 29. So with life, and at this stage that you are at, like I said, you can do whatever it is that you want to do, and you can accomplish things that you may think aren't possible at this time period. So it's just, I don't know, just enjoy it, enjoy it to the max, and keep just celebrating it. Celebrate birthdays, spend time with friends and family, people that you love and care about, and just enjoy being 20 something. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so if you have enjoyed this, my 2 pence take on 20 something life and what I have learned, subscribe for some more. I will have regular videos every Friday, just updating you on just life, really, just my 2-cent take on life. And yeah, if you like, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys in another video. Take care. Bye bye.